Welcome again to some yoga. I hope you're doing really well. So today's session is all based on self-care for yourself, for your core, and in doing so bringing some clarity to yourself. So we're going to be working all the way in the core today, lots of abdominal exercises, thinking of the core as a whole kind of girdle, as a whole wrap around the entire body. We're going to start off with some breath work, some engagement of the core, to really ground us and feel centered as well. So starting off to come down onto your backs. A reminder as always, this is your practice, you know your body better than I do. So really work with what feels good. If you have any niggles, if you have any injuries, of course be mindful wherever you are. So as you roll down onto your back, just start to scan the body, walking the feet in, dropping the knees together if that feels good, and then placing your hands on your belly. Begin to close down the eyes. Start to come into your breath and just start to notice the whole body dropping and sinking down into the mat. Notice the rise and fall of your belly with every breath, and trying to really work your breath into your lower abdomen. You can perhaps just gently pelvic tilt, so you lower the belly down. Purse the lips together as you come into the breath. And I often like to use core work to bring that sense of clarity, some clearness to exactly how you feel. Perhaps to work into your gut feelings, to know what's happening in your body, to bring a sense of your true self, to really tap into your breath, move it to your belly center today, tap into how you feel with every single breath. If you like to take mantras or sutras in your practice, a good one for today is so hum, I am. On the inhale, so. On the exhale, hum. And you don't have to take that mantra, you can just continue with your breath. But with every breath, notice the warmth in the body, notice the warmth in the belly center. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out of the nose. Like a wave, inhale, the belly rises. Gets to the very top, and on the exhale, all the way back down. Feeling your lower back resting on the mat. Just start to bring a little bit of life into the toes and the fingertips. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed or just begin to flutter them open, and then start to lift the leg just one at a time. Shins parallel with the ceiling, feet flexed or pointed, totally up to you. And just hold them there. As you do that, you're going to start to draw the knees together. And as you do so, start to just imagine that you're going to lift your bum off the mat. As you do that, the belly draws down. You start to work with your lower transverse abdominis, your core muscles. And you just start to engage. So whilst the knees haven't moved very much, it's almost like you've drawn your whole core system upwards, zipping upwards, engaging, dropping the navel down. And when you're ready, taking hold of the backs of the thighs. On the next inhale, lifting yourself up. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Dropping the belly all the way down, belly button down into the spine. From there, you're going to take your thumbs onto the back of the neck, the thumbs pointing down, lacing the fingertips, taking the elbows lovely wide. Try and keep the shoulders off the mat, belly engaged, and just breathe here. As you breathe, keep Allowing the belly to draw down, try not to let the belly pop out. Stay engaged. Inhaling. Exhale. If you'd like to and you want to advance a little bit more, you can always release the fingertips down to the side, lifting yourself a little bit higher, rolling those shoulders, drawing the belly in. You can even extend the legs all the way out and just hold. If you do that, just make sure that your lower back continues to press into the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, and on the exhale, lower yourself down to the mat. Draw your knees in towards your chest, just massage out the back as you go. Perhaps create circles so you can feel that little bit of engagement. I want you to try and take that feeling throughout the rest of the practice. The belly drawing in, that connection all the way through, finding that warmth, that heat, that energy. When you're ready, crossing the ankles over, just massaging out the lower back. You can always roll over onto the side if you prefer to. Or when you're ready, rolling yourself all the way up, round, crossing over the ankles, walking yourself back into your tabletop and just coming down into your first child's pose. Fingertips pressing away, forehead down to the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, just checking with the body. Notice how you feel, how the lower back feels today. When you're ready, rise, come up onto all fours, making sure the hands are underneath elbows and shoulders, that first finger pointing forwards. Start to draw the belly button all the way in, tucking tailbone under. Begin to curl the toes under. We're going to come into a little bit of a hover. So just taking the knees off the mat just by a couple of centimetres, perhaps just 1 inch, and holding in this bear posture. Tucking the tailbone, drawing that belly in. Continue to breathe as you stay nice and strong. Firing up the belly centre, centering yourself. Breathing in, breathing out. Know you can always come down, take a child's pose. If you're able to, start to slide the right leg back without shifting the hips, and then slide your left leg back to come into your plank pose. Tucking the tailbone under, pressing through the shoulders, dome in the back. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Now again, you can always drop down onto the knees, into your plank pose. Inhale, and on the exhale, wave yourself up, back and down, into your first down face dog. Gaze is right between the thighs, making sure that you can't see your heels beyond your toes, so if you can, just start to move them out just a touch, lifting through your inner thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, wave the body forwards. Drop down onto the knees, uncurl the toes, drop yourself down and back into child's pose. We're going to add on from there, doing a very similar round of postures, sequence. On the next inhale, rise, come all the way up. Drawing yourself back up onto all fours. Tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly button all the way back in. Curling the toes, exhaling, lifting. Holding back in your bear posture. Knees are just hovering a couple of centimetres off the mat. Try and keep your bum tucked under. Pressing through the fingertips equally. Neck is nice and relaxed. Spine is long, crown of the head coming forwards. When you're ready, slide that left leg back. Slide the right leg back into your high plank. Holding, doming the back just a touch. Working through the legs, so energizing them. Active legs, active through your heels. Breathing in, breathing out. This time we're going to slowly slide our right foot back in. You can always drop down at this point or wave back into your down dog. Move the left foot back in, coming back into your bear posture. Tucking the tailbone under, drawing the belly in nice and strong. Inhale. This time on the exhale, start to move your weight back. Lifting through the legs and then step your feet back just one stride to to come into your full length down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhale. Take the pause in your down dog. Close off the eyes, perhaps take a sigh, inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. Tapping back into Ujjayi breath if that's in your practice from there. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to walk your feet to the very top edge of your mat. Taking your time, again, this is your practice. Bringing the toes to touch at the front edge. Heels about an inch apart, softening through the knees, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. On the inhale, lengthen the spine, Ardha halfway, finding length to prepare. On the exhale, draw yourself back down. Rounding up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, planting through the feet, rolling the shoulders back and down. Bringing your hands through to your Utkatasana, mountain pose. Once again, just take a moment to draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone under. Feel nice and strong in this standing pose, this mountain posture. Come back to your belly center. Your center of gravity, the center of your universe right up inside yourself. On the inhale, rise all the way up through the arms. We're going to take rounds of our Sun Salutation A. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen and prepare, flat back. You're welcome to step, jump, float yourself all the way back into your plank pose. We're going to hold this plank, firing up the belly center again, spreading the fingertips wide, we're going to come into our seesaw. So we're going to roll onto the toes on the inhale. On the exhale, draw your heels away. Inhale through the toes. Exhale, push away. Inhale. Exhale. And know that you're welcome to hold just your full arm plank. Or you can continue to work through the wrists, the fingertips, the shoulders, and through those ankles. Last two. Exhale. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, back. When you're right back over halfway, drop down onto the knees. Chest and chin down to the mat. Inhale, release those legs and come forwards into your low baby cobra. Shoulders drawing back, elbows drawing back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl the toes, lift yourself up, back and down into your child's pose. And then lifting up, back into your down face dog. Holding down face dog for 3 breaths, just checking your alignment. Fingertips pressing away, gaze between the thighs. Pushing the heels out so you can't see them, lifting the tailbone nice and high. Ribs tucking under, belly button drawing in. Pause in your down dog. When you're ready, looking between the space in your hands, step, jump, float yourself all the way to the top edge of your mat, taking forward fold. Inhaling, flat back, lengthening. Exhale, draw yourself down. On the inhale, slowly round, or drawing the belly button in. Lift all the way up, swan diving the arms up overhead. Exhale, back through heart center. Releasing your hands right by your side into our Utkatasana, mountain pose again. Taking 2 more. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen and prepare. Hands on blocks, on your shins, on your mat. Exhale, lower. Stepping, jumping yourself all the way back into your high plank. This time tucking your tailbone under, making your way down through your knees, or lowering yourself down into your forearm plank. We're going to join the palms together, tuck the tailbone, lengthen through the heels, coming into Kali Mudra, wrapping the thumbs, first finger points away, very strong posture. Lead with the crown of the head again, the neck stays relaxed, pressing up and out to the shoulders, tucking tailbone under, holding your forearm plank. Again, know you can always drop down onto the knees, tuck tailbone under again, and hold a slightly easier variation. You can just take single legs, lifting, or join us again back into your forearm plank. Breathing in, Breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Either making your way down straight away into your cobra, sphinx pose, or lifting yourself back up onto your forearms, taking your chaturanga or dropping knees, chest and chin down to the mat. Inhale, rise, low baby cobra if that suits you today, or lifting that little bit higher into king cobra, full cobra. Eyes at the elbows forwards, gazes forwards. Exhale, back and down, child's pose, curling the toes under as you go and lifting yourself back up and down into your down face dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing into this posture, taking your time again to pause, to center yourself, to listen to the body. On your next inhale, up between the space in your hands, step, jump, float yourself to the very top edge of your mat. Forward fold and then lifting into Ardha halfway. Exhale, drawing yourself back down. On the inhale, rolling up through the spine if you need to, or drawing your core all the way in, rising, tucking tailbone under. Lifting the gaze on the exhale, drawing your hands back through heart center and back through Tadasana. One more sensile A with modifications. Inhale, rise, come up. Exhale, lower, all the way back down. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway on the shins, on your mat or your blocks. Exhale, lower. Stepping or jumping all the way back into your high plank. From there, you're going to separate the feet out to the hip distance and then swivel your feet over to the right hand side, coming onto the outer edge of that right foot, drawing your belly in. Inhale back through center, exhale over to the left. And again, know that you can always come down onto the knees. You can do exactly the same thing on the forearms as well. Inhale, lift, exhale over to the right, drawing the belly in. Inhale, lift, exhale over to the left. Inhale, lift, wait for the variation. Exhale, back, up and down into down dog. As you come into down dog, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Swiveling your feet over to the right hand side, lifting into down dog. Inhale, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, swivel the feet over to the left. Holding down dog. Inhale, lift, come back up onto the toes. Exhale, start to move the body forwards into high plank. Dropping knees, chest and chin down to the mat, or your chaturanga. Inhale, rise, coming forwards into your cobra, low baby cobra. Your variation today of how that suits you. Exhale, back and down child's pose. And lifting back up through the tailbone, high hips, into down dog for your 3 breaths. Fingertips lovely and wide. Drawing the belly in, the rib cage in. Gazing right between the thighs, releasing any tension in the head and the neck with a yes or no of the head, release. Perhaps again a couple of sighs through the mouth. Gazing right between your fingertips, stepping, jumping, floating yourself all the way between. Coming into Ardha, exhale, lower. On the inhale, belly draws in, rise, come all the way up, arch back if it feels good on this occasion, and exhale, draw your hands back through Samasthiti and back through to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. We're going to move on to our Sun Salutation B from there. So if you prefer to take your Utkatasana, your chair pose with wider leg, you can walk those feet out. Otherwise, keep the big toes together, the heels about 1 inch apart. On the inhale, soften through the knees, hinge the hips back. Raise through the arms, lifting through, tucking tailbone under, squeezing the knees, the thighs together in chair pose, Utkatasana. Holding 2 breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the nose, Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale. On the inhale, rise, come all the way up. On the exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back, lengthen and prepare. Exhale, lower down. Step, jump, float yourself all the way back into your plank. From plank, you're going to take knees, chest and chin, or your chaturanga. Inhale, rise, come all the way up. Exhale, back, up and down, straight away this time, into your high plank, and then through to your down dog. If you have three-legged dog in your practice, you're welcome to lift through the right leg. On the exhale, step the right foot right between your fingertips. We're going to rise straight away into our high lunge. As you come into your high lunge, dropping the hands to the hips, onto opposite elbow, shorten your stride if you need to. You're going to start to bend that back knee, tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in nice and tight. Holding, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. If you prefer to keep the arms forwards or keep them on the hips, you're welcome to. Squaring up those hips to press them forwards, drawing that right knee out. One more breath. On the exhale, straighten through that back leg, dropping your fingertips down to the mat. Riding the wave straight back and down into your down face dog. Inhale, lift through the left leg, three-legged dog. On the exhale, step that left foot, replacing your thumb. Shortening your stride if you'd like to. Rise, come all the way up. Hands on the hips or hands onto opposite elbow. All straight out in front. Bend through, you can always bend through that back knee a little bit more. Tucking the tailbone under, lowering yourself down. Squeezing and holding, drawing the belly in. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Drawing the left knee out towards your pinky toe side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten that back leg. Exhale, drop both hands down to the mat. Wave the foot back. This time I'm going to take a vinyasa if that's in your practice. Lowering down, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, rise, coming up. King Cobra. Exhale, back, up and down, down dog. Just holding our down dog for 2 breaths. Again, you're welcome to ride, tread, play. Do whatever works for you. Find stillness if you'd like to. Draw the belly in. Last breath. On the next inhale, look between the space in your hands. Step, jump, float yourself to the very top edge of your mat. Gazing pose, Ida. Exhale, lower. On the inhale, soften through the knees. Tuck tailbone under and rise, come up chair pose. We're going to hold for 5 breaths and we're going to continue our flows in our sun salutation B's. So really squeezing, really holding. If you can, keep your chest upwards rather than sinking and falling forwards. You can always drop the hands onto opposite elbow again, of course. Breathing in. Squeeze those thighs, breathing out. See if you can lower your seat that little bit more. Last 2 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. On the inhale, rise, come up. On the exhale, lower forward fold, Utkatasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step, jump, float yourself back into your high plank. When you're ready, drop your knees, chest and chin, or take chaturanga. Inhale, rise, come up. Exhale, back, up and down. Again, 3-legged dog if you'd like to. Or just step that right foot, replacing your right thumb. Shorten your stride again. Rise, come up, high lunge. From there, you're welcome to stay with that first round. Hands to the hips. Dropping the back knee, tucking the tailbone. If you prefer to, taking hold of opposite elbow. And from there, we're going to rise and take those arms upwards. So if you can, take the arms up overhead. Continue to hold onto opposite elbow, drawing the belly in. Squeezing that back thigh, nice and strong. So it's all coming from the core as you draw that belly in. Use your breath. Ocean, victorious, Ujjayi breath. On the inhale, straighten that back leg, open through the arms, and the exhale, lower both hands down to the mat. Wave yourself straight back into your down dog, and we're going to take the other side straight away. Inhale, lift through the left leg. Exhale, set the left foot, replacing your left thumb. Shorten your stride if you'd like to, and rise, come up, high lunge. Bending through the back knee, once again, tucking tailbone under. Again, you're welcome to take hold of the hips. Opposite elbow, holding that. And if you're able to this time, drawing the hands behind the head, tucking the tailbone under, squeezing that right bum cheek, pressing your left thigh out. Take a little glance down if you can, make sure you can see your big toe. Holding for 2 more breaths, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. So on the inhale, straighten that back leg, firm up, open through the arms. On the exhale, release both hands down to the mat. This time waving back into high plank, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, up dog, cobra. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, your down dog. Gaze is right between the thighs, lifting the hips lovely and high. Keep breathing into the space. Inhaling, exhaling. Again, find stillness. Or you're welcome to bend, to tread, to play around. Perhaps take another 3-legged dog if that's in your practice again. And then when you're ready, look between the space in your hands, step, jump, float yourself to the very top edge of your mat, coming into Ardha. Exhale, lower. As you lower, drop your seat. Lifting through the arms, tucking tailbone under, back into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Now you have an option this time. If you're feeling good, the balance is good, you're pulling in through your belly, you're welcome to ride up onto the toes. Once you're up on the toes, send those hips backwards. Allow your chest, your belly to fall onto those thighs. So know you can always stay in your chair pose, tucking tailbone under. You can draw the hands together. You can always take the hands down, so loads of options. Work with what feels good, hands at prayer if that works for you. Lowering the chest down, firing up that belly center wherever you are. We're going to hold for 4 more breaths. So stay strong, stay with it. Really concentrate on your inner power, your inner fire right at your belly center. Use your breath. Work with whatever posture feels good. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. On the inhale, rise. Come up. Tuck tailbone. Strong core again. Exhale. Draw yourself down. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Inhale. Flat back. Lengthen and prepare. Exhale. Once again. Step. Jump. Float yourself back into your high plank. Chaturanga. All your knees, chest and chin. Up dog, and your down dog. Sliding left foot through center, right leg lifts. Exhale, set that right foot, replacing your right thumb. This time dropping that back foot down and rising up into Warrior One. So we're going to frame the head in Warrior One, making sure the hips are pointing forwards. Now you can always curl that back toe under and come again into your high lunge. Work with what feels good in the ankles, the hips. Breathing in. And on the exhale, you're going to work your body forwards to a hold. Pressing down through that back foot, drawing the belly in. So we've got the weight of the arms like a lever here. So find and ground through your feet. Draw the belly in. Keep breathing wherever you are. Inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Warrior One, framing the face, the head, bending through the front knee. Pressing through the back foot and the inner thigh, turning the hips to face forwards. Tucking rib cage down. I'm a big one for flaring my rib cage. Dropping through the belly center. And on your next exhale, whenever it comes, moving your weight forwards into that hover. So drawing the belly in, scooting that left hip back, right hip comes forwards. Keep bending and spreading those left toes wide. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Keep it going there, stay strong. Tuck that tailbone under. If you've got some shakes, that's all good. On your next inhale, lift. Find space in warrior one. Exhale, lower both hands down to the mat. This time as you slide back, come into your high plank. Knees, chest, chin, your vinyasa of your choice. Chaturanga. Lead with chest and heart. Have a bit of a stretch out of those abdominals. Exhale, up, back and down. This time into down dog to hold. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now if you'd like to take a child's pose, you're welcome to from there. Stretch those fingers away, forehead to the mat. Come back to your breath if you've lost that rhythm. Or when you're ready, returning into your down dog, just for one more breath. Sigh, release, let go. Full awareness, full focus at the belly center again. On the inhale, lift through the right leg. On the exhale, take that right knee towards your nose, holding it there. Now know you can always take the knee down. You can always drop the other knee as well and just round. Or you can continue off that back leg. Knee to nose, rounding, doming through the back. Inhaling, exhale. You're going to draw that knee back just like we did in our bear, hovering it just right there. On the exhale, dropping that knee down, turning the foot outwards and opening into a side plank variation. Lifting all the way up through that left hand. Left hand over the head, reaching through that left foot. On your next exhale, you're going to draw elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach away, either to a hold or hover, or dropping the foot down. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale away. Exhale. Last two. Exhale. Last one. On the inhale, reach away. Dropping the left hand all the way back down. You're going to spin yourself around, coming back up onto all fours. Curling those toes under, coming back into your bear, drawing your belly in, firing at that core center again. Left leg steps back, right leg steps back. Wave yourself back into your down face dog. Lifting the hips lovely and high, gaze is right between the thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. Repeating on the left side, left leg lifts all the way up. On the exhale, slide left knee towards your nose, rounding through the back, doming, energizing through the thigh on that right side. Again, you can always drop the knee down on that right and draw yourself in. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, drop the knee down. Just before it gets there, take that little hover so it's right out below the hip and then drop it down there. Round yourself over onto that left knee. Stretch through that top right foot and lift up and out of that left shoulder. Right fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, up to the sky. You can point or flex the toe, totally up to you. Stretching the arm over, inhaling, and on the next exhale, elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach away. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last two. No, you can always come down onto the forearm as well. Last one. and reach away. When you're ready, rolling yourself down through the right hand, right knee slides around, curling those toes under, knees underneath the hips, tuck the tailbone, lift back into that hover, into your bear. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Sliding the right leg back, sliding the left leg, lifting yourself up, back and down into your down face dog. Gaze is right between those thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling and exhale. So you have an option from there. You can jump yourself all the way through. You can come down onto the knees, coming into a seated posture, making your way down, or you can take from there, right ankle towards left wrist, left side, and drop yourself down into your seat, knowing that you're really warm now. So from there, stretching the legs lovely and long, outside in front of you, sitting up on your sitting bones, flexing those feet. We're going to take a simple forward fold, Paschimuttasana. On the inhale, lifting all the way up through the fingertips. On the exhale, take that forward fold. Lead with chest and heart. Elbows can draw down, eyes the elbows forwards. Try to keep leading with the crown of the head. Dropping the chest and the belly down onto the thighs. You can always take hold, yoga toe lock, around the edges of the feet, but keep breathing into it wherever you are. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Always a slight micro bend available under those knees. And then when you're ready, begin to roll vertebra by vertebra. You're going to stay in this posture, you're going to begin to point those toes. As you do that, you're going to firm up those thighs. From there, taking the fingertips right by those knees, drawing the belly in, so belly button in towards the spine. From there, you're going to see if you can lift that right leg off. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, lower. And keep that belly drawing in wherever you are. Inhaling. Exhale. Last one on each side. Draw that belly in. From there, taking your hands all the way to the hips, scooting your bum forwards, tucking that tailbone under and lifting into your Navasana, your boat pose. Elbows can be wide here if you like them to be. You can always drop those hands underneath the thighs, drawing your chest, your belly forwards, pointing those toes away from you, or taking that kind of halfway point flex, kind of weird position through the feet. Taking, releasing the hands off. Know you can lower down and reset at any point. From there, we're going to start to take a couple of twists, or a few twists. So we're going to go over to the left, exhale back center. Now if you have a block or you have anything to hold, of course you're welcome to use that as well. Keep twisting through. Using your breath as you go, you can always extend those legs, keep breathing in and out. When you're ready, draw knees all the way back up and then lower those feet down. Sit lovely and tall. If you have scales pose in your practice and you want to give that a little go, either cross the ankles and come into a seated posture, drop your hands right by your thighs. Just give this one go. You can always come into your full locus if you'd like to. Pressing through your fingertips, your hands, lifting your seat up and dropping it down. You can try that with straight legs as well, or keep them crossed. Give it a go. If you have two blocks right by your side, of course you can do exactly the same thing. Placing the hands on the blocks, drawing your belly in so you're nice and tight. Lifting up. Lowering yourself down. Once you've done and you've taken a couple of those, start to lower yourself all the way down. Hands underneath the thighs, rolling down onto the back. Drawing those knees in towards the chest. Massage out the lower back, let it go. Side to side, perhaps taking circles with the knees. From there, we're going to lift the legs nice and high, straight over our hips, pointing the toes. On the next inhale, lifting yourself up, shoulders off the mat, rolling those shoulders away, just where we started. Release the head, release the neck. You can always take your hands behind, cradling again. From there, you're going to lower just that single right leg down. You can always keep it bent in. If you can, the more intense you are, the longer, the straighter the leg. Releasing the hands if you'd like to. Kali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale over to the left into a twist. Inhale back up. Try to keep those shoulders off the mat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one on that side. Drawing yourself back through. See if you can hold. Lift your Kali Mudra as close up towards your toe as you can. That single leg is a couple of inches off the mat. And then when you're ready, release your head. Lift that right leg all the way up. Hands underneath the thighs. Again, just relax. Keep that lower back down as much as you can. If it's too much for the neck, you can always keep hold of it or just release your torso down. Inhale. On the exhale, rise, come up. Drawing the belly down, rolling the shoulders back and down. This time keeping hold of that right leg, let the left leg lower down, a couple of inches off the mat. Shoulders away, lift yourself up a little bit higher again and embrace. Hands cradling, thumbs down the neck if you'd like to, elbows nice and wide. You're welcome to hold there. You still get the shakes, which is good. You've got some engagement. Or lift your hands into Kali Mudra. Inhale. On the exhale, take your twist over to the right. Lower back down. Lifting. And lower. Try and keep those shoulders off the mat. You can always draw that left knee back in. You can always bend the right knee. We've got two more. Exhaling as you rise, inhale to lower. Just halfway. Last one. And lower. From there, just holding, lifting yourself up. Kali Mudra, shoulders away from the ears, drawing the belly in. And then when you're ready, taking hold of the legs, lowering the head back in your own time, releasing the shoulders, keeping the legs up nice and high, drawing the belly in. Now drop those palms down, and you're just going to take that pelvic tilt just to finish. So the belly's drawing in. Imagine that whole of the core zipping and lifting upwards. Using your lower transverse abdominis. You can do exactly the same thing with the knees bent. Try and engage as much as you can. The lower back doesn't lift. Inhale. Exhale. And when you're over it and you're done, draw those knees in towards your chest. Massage out the lower back. Let it go. Sigh out of the mouth. And you're welcome, of course, as always, to take your Shavasana of your choice. You're welcome to come into a seated posture and work through your breath work. If you've done enough through the hip flexors and you've worked them, enough through your core, you can come into Utkatasana, our reclined bow angle pose. Relax those shoulders, come into your breath, close down the eyes, and take a moment again to listen. Hands onto the belly if that works for you, of course. Feel the warmth, that energy radiating through your center. And just listen. Listen to that inner voice. Listen to the gut, the lower chakras, your manipura. And of course, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. We often say that your Shavasana, your restoration, should be equal to the length of your physical, your more yang style of practice. But if you don't have 45 minutes to lay here, you're welcome just to take another couple of minutes, or perhaps start to bring life back into your body. And if you'd like to take a seated posture, just with some breath work to round off, or stay exactly where you are in your Shavasana, it's your choice. Making your own way in your own time. Into the restorative posture of your choice. Keeping the eyes closed wherever you are. Perhaps you need a couple of sighs out of the mouth to just really release, relax. You can definitely lose the Ujjayi breath now, come into a more natural breath. Through the nose if possible. Tap into the rise and the fall of every single breath, and again like a wave, inhaling and exhale. And as we come back to our core, our theme for the practice of centering ourselves and also finding some clarity, a chance to just listen to what your body needs. Start to draw your thumbs in towards your sternum, towards your heart center. And with clarity and centering in mind, close our practice just working through 3 points. Inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. Bringing your thumbs to your third eye. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Seeing the truth. Bringing your hands, your thumbs to your lips. Inhale. Exhale. Speaking the truth. Bringing your thumbs towards your heart, perhaps even lower towards your belly. And most importantly of all, of course, in our yoga. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the truth. Living your life to its fullest. Embrace your life of passion, bowing to the divine in each and every one of you. Saying thank you again as always for coming onto your mat. And namaste.